Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imagine this. You're struggling to make ends meet, barely able to afford food, and suddenly you find a pouch of gold lying on the ground. No one is watching. No one would know if you took it. Would you keep it? Or would you do the right thing, even if it meant staying in hardship? This is the story of Hamza, a young merchant who faced this exact test. But what happened next was beyond anything he could have imagined. Stay with me until the end, because this story holds a powerful lesson that could change the way you see life, wealth, and faith. In the heart of Damascus, where the air was filled with the scent of fresh spices and the sounds of merchants calling out their wares, a young man named Hamza struggled to keep his small shop afloat. His father, a wise and honest trader, had passed away a year ago, leaving him with little wealth but a strong moral foundation. Every evening, Hamza counted the few coins he earned, hoping for a miracle. Business was slow, and his debts were growing. One evening, after a long day of little sales, Hamza sighed as he closed his shop. Just as he bent down to pick up a wooden crate, his eyes fell on a dusty, tattered pouch lying near the entrance. Curious, he picked it up. It was heavier than expected. His fingers trembled as he loosened the strings and peeked inside. His breath caught. Gold. More gold than he had ever seen. A whisper filled his mind. This could be your way out of misery. Allah has finally answered your prayers. He clenched the pouch tighter, heart pounding. His mind raced. He could pay off his debts, expand his shop, and finally live comfortably. No one had seen him pick it up. No one would ever know. But then, the voice of his late father echoed in his heart. My son, wealth earned dishonestly will never bring peace. Trust in Allah, and He will provide. Hamza closed his eyes. The words of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, came to him. The signs of a hypocrite are three. When he speaks, he lies. When he promises, he breaks it. And when he is entrusted, he betrays the trust. His hands loosened. This wealth was not his. Taking a deep breath, he stepped onto the busy street and called out, Has anyone lost a pouch of gold? The market, usually loud with chatter, fell silent for a moment. Then a few people turned toward him with curiosity. An elderly man, frail and trembling, pushed his way through the crowd. His eyes were filled with desperation. My son, he gasped. What did you say? Hamza held up the pouch. I found this near my shop. Does it belong to you? Tears welled up in the old man's eyes. Yes, it is mine. Hamza hesitated. A test of truth was needed. Can you describe what's inside? The old man took a shaky breath. There are 50 gold dinars wrapped in a red cloth. And inside there is also a small wooden ring. It belonged to my late wife. Hamza opened the pouch, unwrapping the red cloth. Inside was the wooden ring, just as the man had described. A wave of relief passed over the old man as he clutched the pouch to his chest. You have no idea what this means to me. I was on my way to pay the workers who labor in my fields. If I had lost this, their families would have gone hungry tonight. Hamza felt a lump in his throat. He had almost stolen not just money, but people's livelihoods. The old man looked at him deeply. My son, how many men would have done what you did today? Hamza lowered his gaze. It was my duty. The old man smiled. And because you chose honesty, Allah will grant you more than you can imagine. That night, Hamza lay in bed, his shop still as empty as before, his pockets no heavier than yesterday. Yet his heart was light. For the first time in months, he felt peace. The next morning, as he opened his shop, he noticed something strange. More people were gathering than usual. A well-dressed merchant approached him. Are you the young man who returned the pouch of gold yesterday? Hamza nodded hesitantly. The man smiled. Honest traders are rare. I would like to buy all my goods from you from now on. Another customer stepped forward. And I as well. A man who fears Allah in his dealings is a man I want to do business with. Soon, more and more people came. The news had spread through the market. Hamza, the honest merchant. People trusted him. They wanted to buy from him, support him. Within months, his shop flourished. He expanded his trade, hiring apprentices and helping others in need, just as someone had once helped him. One evening, as he locked up his now thriving shop, he saw the old man again. This time, he was smiling. You see, my son, the old man said, Allah's wealth is never lost on those who trust in him. Hamza smiled back, feeling the truth of those words deep in his heart. Lessons from the story. 1. Honesty always pays off. Even if the reward isn't immediate, Allah blesses those who are honest in ways they never expect. 2. Trust in Allah. Wealth gained dishonestly never brings peace, but trusting Allah's provision always leads to true success. 3. Your actions define you. Hamza's single act of integrity built his entire future. One good deed can change your life.